Planners, globes, and chairs. This is not a high-end furniture store. It's what students do in packaging science.
And creep, crawl, or fly, they all know how to bug you, but you may not know how they keep you alive.
Plus, you understand the phrase when the rubber hits the road, but these Clemson professors show what happens when the tree hits the pavement.
I'm Mary Pickler.
And I'm Riley Reynolds. This is a special edition of Clemson News Now from the 2014 Summer Scholars Multimedia Camp. We begin our coverage with a closer look at Clemson University's history and the landmark buildings students, staff, and faculty work in.
Calhoun, Hardin, and Tillman are among a few of them. Maddie Seyfried is outside with the trustee house with more. Maddie?
Mary, if the bricks on buildings like this one could talk, the stories of Clemson's past may be more than many people want to know about.
My question is, what is Clemson's relationship to the land?
Dr. Lance Howard and other Clemson faculty and students are trying to answer that exact question. Howard says his colleague, Professor Rhonda Thomas, did a great deal of legwork already. She wrote an article in the South Carolina Review that shows inmates made the bricks used to construct many of the buildings on Clemson's campus. Howard and his student came up with a brick-making project to commemorate history.
We were trying to make 1,000 bricks to make a labyrinth.
Howard says their efforts go beyond the brick-making. He is a history lecturer, and the real motivation is the history of the people who made the bricks at buildings like the Trustee House here on Fort Hill Street.
There's so many stories still that haven't been told just about who these people were.
Thomas's article shows nearly 600 convicts worked the land here at Clemson. Their names appear in the farm and contract registers for then Clemson College between 1890 and 1899. The convicts were African American men and boys comprised of third-generation Africans who toiled in conditions associated with slavery on the Fort Hill plantation now known as Clemson University.
The brick project is part of a larger project that I call Bringing Other Clemsons to Light, which is about raising awareness of the history of the campus and the land that the campus is on even before this was a university.
Howard says, in addition to learning more about the men who helped build this campus, students also gained valuable experience learning how to shape and mold bricks. Howard hopes to spike as many people's interest in Clemson brickmaking as possible. For more information, visit the Clemson Brickmaking Facebook page.
There's a lot of construction underway at Clemson this summer. There are 14 areas all over campus of building construction as well as 9 areas of paving and utility construction. Among these areas, the previous central meeting location for summer scholars, the amphitheater, is closed for renovation. Crews are also working on the new Watt Family Innovation Center for academic collaboration and student engagement. Our multimedia camp took place in Lee Hall, which is a lot like a mini compound.
We worked in Lee Hall 3, one of the newer buildings on campus. Lee Hall is home to the Departments of Art, Landscape, Architecture, City, and Regional Planning, Construction Science and Management, Real Estate Development, and the PhD program in Planning, Design, and the Built Environment. The university expanded Lee Hall in 1975 and 1991 to create Lee 2. In 2012, Clemson dedicated Lee 3 as the building that teaches in a zero-energy ready environment. We found this to be a very busy place from the inside and out. Just outside of Lee Hall, construction is underway. Not on any new buildings, but on an experiment to observe pavement and its relationship to trees.
As a tree grows, it has a tendency to kind of blow up the pavement, if you will.
Researchers Brad Putman and Paul Russell are looking at how to prevent that pavement breakage from happening.
So what we're trying to look at is we're trying to look at some research to investigate how can we better design to promote healthy trees and healthy pavements in the same environment.
Finding a solution to this problem without sacrificing the health of the pavement or the trees requires the collaboration of 2 different Clemson worlds.
Brad does research in paving, and I'm interested in how the rhizosphere of a tree works.
The first controlled experiment of its kind, Putman and Russell seek to find what creates harmony between the trees and the pavement.
What we're doing is building 3 planter boxes that are about 8 by 8. They hold about 20,000 pounds worth of soil.
The glass sides of the containers allow the researchers to see what exactly happens above and below ground.
We're going to plant 3 trees and a tree in each of those boxes and measure again how that tree responds to that different soil profile and how it responds to the top condition with the paving.
If successful, the merging of the fields could result in a solution to breaking concrete and unhealthy trees in urban areas.
Started as just a brief conversation, then it kind of rolled into something that could be a tangible research activity.
Collaboration is key in problem solving, and Putman and Russell are utilizing their different experiences to integrate the research side and design aspects of this project. You can learn more about Lee Hall, its professors, and the students who work and learn here at clemson.edu. Simply type Lee Hall into the search tool.
The authors of a new book called Innovation U 2.0, Reinventing University Roles in a Knowledge Economy, commends Clemson for helping drive economic growth in its community. The authors acknowledge the university's ability to create jobs and investments. They cite Clemson's 2020 roadmap, fundraising campaign, leadership, partnerships with industry, and willingness to collaborate as some of the reasons for recognizing Clemson's contributions to the nation's economic environment. There is no shortage of things to see and learn at Clemson University.
Take, for example, packaging science. It is exactly what the name implies, but Autumn Barnes reports students and faculty do more than meets the eye.
This is the Harris A. Smith Building, home to the Packaging and Science Department. Here is where students learn the craft of the packaging industry. David Cottrell helps students with various projects.
I am a grad student here at Clemson University. I also did my undergrad in packaging science. I'm very hands-on. I like to always be building stuff and seeing my designs come to 3D, real life.
Students' projects such as these have been submitted for competition and have won numerous awards.
The corrugated, which is cardboard in packaging science terms, the corrugated furniture is from different things, packaging classes, and basically design competitions that students did. The way we make it is we take the same shape and repeat it over and over again on our machinery, which is very accurate in cutting out corrugated shapes. And then we bolt them all together and pull them tight so that you can actually sit on them, and we can make all kinds of different structures.
This room is where all the projects are made. The students use the computer to make the design, then the machine cuts and folds the net of the shape for assembly. Students come and shape the particular net that they need for the particular project.
From Clemson University, Autumn Barnes, Clemson News Now.
Clemson's different activities are dedicated to various majors. Martin Hall is used for math students, Kennard is used for physics, and the Life Science Building is used for science majors. However, the artists on campus also have their own building, known as the Brooks Center.
The Brooks Center is home to many of the artists on the Clemson campus. We caught up with the Director of Marketing and Communications who talked about the center.
We're also home to the Performing Arts Center, or the Performing Arts major, which means that all of the musicians and actors and audio technology students who come here to study, they also perform in the larger theater and they take classes here.
Students pursuing a visual art major will also work with road shows to get real-life experience in the professional environment.
You learn acting, but you also do tech stuff, and you work in the shop, and you do costume design.
A survey from the National Endowment for the Arts shows that support for the arts has had a steep decline throughout the country since 2008. However, this does not appear to be an issue at Clemson.
We have a really good student turnout for all of our student ensembles. The Clemson Players in particular have really sold out most of their performances this year, and the musical ensembles really do well bringing in students.
Students like Jonathan and employees like Thomas say the Brooks Center is definitely an exciting place to work and study the arts. Support for these fields and productions from the Clemson community only seem to increase, setting this campus apart from others in the country.
You can find more information on the Brooks Center at clemson.edu. Just enter the words Brooks Center into the search bar.
The 2014 Clemson University Palmetto poll surveyed 400 members of each major party to get their opinion on the primary race. The polls showed favor towards those currently in office. Current U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham had nearly 50% of the vote, leaving his 6 other competitors in the dust, including his top competitor, Lee Bright. The poll also favored keeping Governor Nikki Haley in office. Senator Graham will face Democratic State Senator Brad Hutto in November's general election. Governor Haley was unopposed in the primary.
Many things go on near the Cooper Library, but not many people know its history. Cooper is the main library at Clemson. It is named in honor of Robert Cooper, life member and president of the Board of Trustees from 1966 to 1992. The library is right across from the reflection pond. The library has 6 levels with more than 1.5 million items such as books, periodicals, and microfilm.
Communicating with each other is a lot easier these days. The advent of social media sites keeps people talking, and Clemson's Social Media Listening Center is plugged into millions of conversations around the world. Local news organizations took full advantage of this technology during the primary races. The Social Media Listening Center is an interdisciplinary research lab and teaching facility. The technology is housed in 2 locations at Clemson, Daniel, and Serene Halls. Salesforce Radiance 6 provides a platform to listen, discover, measure, and engage in conversations across the web by capturing more than 150 million sources of social media, conversations, and sentiment from more chatter on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, blogs, and more. 3 Clemson University graduates will train with the best as they pursue their dream jobs in film animation.
DreamWorks, the studio responsible for the hit film franchises Shrek, Madagascar, and How to Train Your Dragon, selected the Clemson students to work in Redwood City, California for the FX Challenge. The graduates are products of Digital Production Arts, a master's program that created a pipeline between Clemson and Hollywood. Courses in the Digital Production Arts program combine art, computer science, computer engineering, graphic communications, performing arts, philosophy, and psychology. Shauna Slavin talked with Professor Jerry Tessendorf, an Academy Award-winning animator, about Clemson's program.
Dr. Jerry Tessendorf is a professor of visual computing at Clemson University. One of his areas of expertise is digital production arts. Tessendorf won the Academy Award for Technical Achievement in 2008.
When visual effects became a going thing in Los Angeles, I met some people who were interested in creating basically a water surface for a movie called Waterworld, and they were going to film some of it on dry land, but they wanted to make it look like it was in the middle of the ocean. And it just so happens that we were doing, for this defense contracting work, we were doing some really nice simulations of ocean surfaces. So we got together. It turned out that they liked what they saw. We made a lot of changes to make it more functional for movie purposes.
Dr. Tessendorf's water simulation program was used in the movie Life of Pi, which won an Academy Award for Best Visual Effects in 2013. Part of the DPA program is storytelling. Tessendorf reminds and inspires his students to create stories that engage viewers.
And so what I really want them to get out of it is a sense of, I'd like to see the rest of that story. I want to see the part that you didn't make, because that part was so fascinating. I can only imagine that the rest of it was really interesting.
Hopefully, we will see more short stories on the DPA showcase and even more movies on the big screen. From Clemson University, Shauna Slavin, Clemson News Now.
They sting and bite, but some of Clemson's researchers say that they also do us a world of good.
When we come back, we'll show you why some of the most dreaded insects around are so beneficial.
Weather is king in any city or town.
It affects everyone. Alessandra Ponzini is in the Weather Center with more.
During the week of MMJ Camp, the weather ranged from humid 90-degree days to thunderstorms during the night. Temperatures during the afternoon averaged between 86 degrees and reached into the 90s. We also saw some heavy showers on campus, while maintaining about 84 degrees on Wednesday. Around 8 o'clock p.m. and signs of rain. It quickly turned into a thunderstorm and lasted throughout the night. Despite the showers on Tuesday and Wednesday, the rest of the week has brought heat and sunshine. Thursday was particularly hot and sunny, with a chance of rain throughout the day. However, the heat prevailed and didn't show signs of showers until later that evening. Expectations for today include a 50% chance of precipitation, while the temperatures stay around 86 degrees. Thunderstorms are expected tonight and could reach around 64 degrees. Riley, Mary?
Most people will agree one of the telltale signs of summer is the list of uninvited guests that show up at outdoor events.
We're talking insects, but Wesley Kerr reports some Clemson researchers can't work without them.
No matter what you do in South Carolina, something is bound to bug you. These insects bite, sting, and gnaw on all of us. In fact, experts say these stingy creatures outnumber us humans 100 million to 1. While strolling through campus, we caught up with some bug despisers. All right, and what bug do you hate the most?
And if you could speak up.
Mosquitoes. I'll probably be the bee.
Cockroaches?
Mosquito, for sure.
Although mosquitoes sure can be dangerous, fire ants are one of the most hated creatures ever. To sting a victim, fire ants inject venom into the victim, which pierces the victim's skin. However, even though we think that bugs such as ants have no use whatsoever, we would be wrong.
Just in the natural ecology of the environment, they're there. They play a very vital role in providing food for other organisms, being decomposers of any dead animals or any decaying materials.
Hamilton R. Allen is a graduate student at Clemson, specializing in the biology of the fire ant. He believes that although bugs may not always be our best friends, they too contribute to the well-being of our special and beautiful planet.
Love them. So we all have these individual stories, and insects impact our daily lives.
Here's the truth. As long as we will keep bugging the world with our big plans, insects will never stop bugging us. From Clemson University, Wesley Kerr, Clemson News Now.
Clemson's entomology graduate program offers a Master's of Science degree as well as a PhD. If you'd like to bypass bugs in the sun to feel the burn, this is the place to be.
It is one of the hottest spots on Clemson's campus. More when we return. Like most college campuses, Clemson takes pride in its sports programs. Athletes do everything to win and avoid injury. When an athlete does get hurt, he or she has to decide if they should stay in the game or sit it out. Clemson professors Jimmy Sanderson and Melinda Weathers studied the impact media reports have on injured players and found sports journalists can shift football cultural norms towards valuing players who put their health first. The research centered on the game of football.
Clemson has a healthy appetite for sports, health, and fitness. Jacqueline Roth is here to show us how students, faculty, and the general public can stay fit, whether they're in a gym, outside, studying, or working.
Riley, when you're a full-time college student, every second counts.
Throughout the hustle and bustle of Clemson University lies the Fike Recreation Center, which was built in 1930 as a resource to help maintain a healthy lifestyle for the students, faculty, and the general public.
Our aim as Campus Recreation is to enhance the student experience and to help our students live a healthy and balanced lifestyle.
Students have access to various activities and equipment such as the indoor track, climbing wall, indoor pool, and of course the workout area.
Having a broad range of activities and options available for our students are going to help aid in their building of their whole person. Obviously, easy access to a gym makes being healthy a lot easier.
Clemson University alumnus Kyle Edge is among the hundreds of people with memberships to Fike.
I think one really good thing about Fike is all the machines and stuff you have access to. If I were to try to find another gym with the same kind of facilities, it would probably cost me a lot more.
Fike has been renovated 3 times, and Hale says that they're exploring more options to expand.
There's going to be new housing, new dining, and so we're thinking about expanding more towards that way to kind of connect with the campus a little bit better.
Hale says there's nothing set in stone for now, but the campus's future looks bright. From Clemson University, Jacqueline Roth, Clemson News Now.
Our time is up at the Summer Scholars Multimedia Journalism Camp.
But we can't leave without showing you what we've accomplished. A behind-the-scenes look when we come back. In 1 week, we're expected to learn how to do what some might call impossible.
Alessandra Bassini reports the Summer Scholars Multimedia Journalism Camp meant a lot more than shooting videos.
Shooting, writing, reporting, producing. These are just a few of the things summer scholars learned to do at the Clemson University Multimedia Camp.
I really enjoyed this class because, one, because of the teachers. They were very insightful and helpful. And also, it was kind of nice to go around the campus and visit all the buildings and learn more about this beautiful place.
The classes range from the sciences to college preparation. One such class is multimedia journalism.
We felt it was really important to teach this camp so that we can bring into Clemson University some of the students who will be the next generation's media.
Students taking the multimedia journalism class work with video editing software and use video cameras both with and without tripods.
I chose to take this class because I've always been interested in filming and photography and that sort of thing, as well as newspaper and journalism, because I was part of my school's newspaper.
The multimedia journalism class researches topics and interviews people around campus to bring stories to the public.
I've learned about the different types of software. I've learned about patience with the camera and how long shots would need to be and how to use the camera.
All of our students are extremely talented, and they're actually kind of showing us how to do things. And they're very good.
From Clemson University, Alessandra Ponzini, Clemson News Now.
That's going to do it for this special edition of Clemson News Now.
We had a blast here at Clemson, and we hope we represented Clemson well.
We look forward to seeing continued reports of success out of Clemson.
Meanwhile, look for our faces as we prepare for the world of higher education. Goodbye!
Hated creatures ever.
She's got
This makes me really good. Have won numerous awards for Clemson News.
A survey from the National Support for the Arts shows that support for the arts.
You want to try again?
That was so bad. On the decline. Don't laugh at me.
You.
Rolling.
So I say 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Is it roll?
Oh, hang on, wait. Pike has been renovated 3 times, and Hale says that they're exploring more options to expand.
Now it is.
From Clemson University, my arms are going everywhere. 3, 2, 1. From Clemson.